he was going to attempt that. But to me, that was probably the greatest play in basketball I've ever seen.
All right, y'all. Not gonna try to do too much on the intro. Just get y'all some good gameplay.
Now let's take a moment for this Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. Now, Clark, as you look at the Wizards, what do you think will be the key for them?
Well, Kev, Kurt Thomas is a guy they've got to keep under control. If you don't keep him off the boards, he can take over a game with his offensive rebounding, giving his team extra possession. So boxing him out is your priority.
And Clark, since we're talking about the keys, how about Milwaukee? What do you think will be the key for them?
Well, one of the key contributors for them will be Michael Redd, a terrific three-point shooter and a high-volume scorer.
Does he have any range at all this year?
Unbelievable range. In the gym range is what I call it, Kevin, who can hurt you from anywhere. That's great hustle there, Kevin. Persistence pays.
And Washington has possession. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
Look at what they did in the fourth quarter. I mean, they just went to sleep. Totally non-committal basketball. They allowed the big comeback.
And here are the Bucks after the basket by Washington. Stolen by the Wizards.
Not the right time to throw that entry pass there, Kevin.
Here's Arenas. Finish off the break. And here is Red. He just could not put it together in that loss to Atlanta. To Thomas. Oberto's there. Shorty drains it from short range.
Passes like that are fun to watch. Beautiful feed inside for the score. He placed it perfectly, Kevin.
And it's Washington's ball. They lost the last time they faced the Bucks. That one in Milwaukee.
I really think this was a game they should have won. At least going into the game, they were feeling confident. But that confidence quickly faded with what I thought was just an off game.
So it's Milwaukee after Caron Butler's bucket. Now, Mbamute working on Jamison. Here's Shorty, kisses it off the glass and in.
That's a strong finish inside. That's where you want to work your magic, Kevin.
Jamison with it. He's against Ward. In close.
That makes them 4 or 5 now. Their first miss of the game. Terrific start thus far.
Red to 0. Almost a 3-point opportunity. Instead, he'll go to the line for 2. They get Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. You got to stop the layup there. Make him earn his points from the line.
He knocks down the first one. Blatch is in at center. Gets them both. So it's Washington now. Jamison inside. Noah and the Bucks going the other way right now. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
In some ways, they should be fairly pleased with their play and effort, but it never feels great to take a loss, even when you do have a decent out. The defense didn't challenge the shot, didn't get a hand in his face, and from such close range, that shot's a gimme.
Here's Arenas. He had a tough time getting anything going against the Nets. He was a non-factor in that game. Shots good from Butler.
As you look at Caron Butler go to work, the nickname he got from former coach Eddie Jordan, Tough Juice, applies. This guy oozes toughness. Strong, physical, no back down at all in this man.
Washington on D. Here's Shorty. Dumps it down with one hand. 8 points for him.
The well-set screen freed him up for the nasty throwdown. Nice execution.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. Breaking the actions right now, let's take a look at how the standings are looking out east after half the season has been played. You look at Washington. Right now, at the playoffs started, they would have the 7th seed. And, of course, Milwaukee, 8.5 games behind them.
Boy, Kevin, this portion of the schedule is really giving this team some major headwinds. I mean, the level of competition they're facing, the quality of those teams, that's like 200 miles an hour headwind that you're dealing with. And that's hard to get out of.
So it's Washington now. The Bucks missing that time. Butler on the way. Lead pass, down low. Miller. No luck on the three-point attempt. Milwaukee in the lead. The break is up to 0. 13 feet out. That's good. He's got 10. And here is Butler. He's got 5.
Come on, man. Box him up.
Here's Stevenson. Shot no good. And the Bucks going the other way right now. It's stolen by Stevenson. It's one-on-one. Here's Butler. Oh, just misses, but he'll get 2 shots at the line. That's on Andrew Bogut.
Looked like a good call from here where I sit. Definitely some contact on that shot.
And he makes the first one. And the Bucks with some adjustments here. Gets them both. On offense here, the Bucks. Shorty. Heaps. Drains the open look. So it's Washington now. Here's Miller. Misses the buzzer beater. The Bucks with the narrow lead.
Well, Kevin, they've really made a point of getting into the lane and scoring the ball inside. However, they've got to cut down on the turnovers. They've got to squeeze the arm. If you don't take care of the ball, it comes.
So it's Milwaukee now. 3-point lead. And here's what's coming up next Monday. They'll be in New York to see the Knicks. They'll be hosting the Atlanta Hawks. That one's scheduled for a tip-off at 7:30 Eastern. Washington trailing. Here's Miller. Dumps it off. Knocked loose. The Wizards with the turnover. Let's check out the leaders in field goal percentage as a team. You look at the Bucks, the most efficient team in the NBA in terms of scoring.
As a team, they really execute their offense. So guys know where they're going to get their shots from. And they make sure that guys shoot the shots they're most comfortable with. Ball movement, player movement, execution leads to high field goal percentage.
And here are the Bucks. Thomas down low. He's up against Jamison. Here's Arenas. Gets the bucket from 20 feet away. He's got 6. So it's Milwaukee now. They trail by 1. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. On defense, Washington. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Red's shot is right there.
Again, they retake the lead. Incredible momentum swing. Neither team wants to give an inch.
Here's Arenas. 6 points for him. From the stripe, Jamison hits the jump hook. Nice shot by the 12th-year veteran out of North Carolina. Here's Shorty from short range. Gets the lay-in. Here's 4. averaging 13 points a contest. Washington calls timeout. And as we get a break, let's take a look at some of the scores from last night's games. Out in Oklahoma City, the Thunder pick up the win as the Sacramento Kings lose. The Warriors lost on the road. The Miami Heat getting the W. It was success for the Celtics on the road. No luck for the Pistons in Detroit. And that's it for now. So it's Milwaukee now after Caron Butler's bucket. Here's Warwick. Two hands for safety.
He's getting the highlight reel play of the day. Wait a minute. Make that week. Hey, make it the year. Now that was a dunk.
And looking forward to this Saturday, it'll be Dwayne Wade and the Miami Heat as the Atlanta Hawks roll into town. It'll get rolling at 7:30 Eastern.
You always want to get out of there with a win in that.
Gently drops it in. He's got 14.
That's too easy. D's got to get to him about 8 feet further out.
Butler on the way. To McGuire. Stevenson. Hands the three. And we're now all tied up at 24. So it's Milwaukee now. Inside. Warwick backs in from close range. And it's Washington's ball. To the inside. Here's Stevenson. Lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack.
This has been a clinic. I mean, here in the second quarter, it's been absolutely fun to watch. They're a step faster. They're playing smarter. They're playing as a team. And they're very sharp in everything they're doing.
Drops in the breakaway layup. 7 points in the game. And here are the Bucks now. 4-point game. To Petrus. Deflects the pass. The steal by McGuire. Here's Stevenson. Finish off the break. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And the Bucks with some adjustments here. And here are the Bucks now. They trail by 6. He's had a tough time of it, as you were saying.
Yeah, he really has, Kevin. I mean, he just needs to make the smart passes and keep things simple. When you're struggling, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. He just has to back off of it a little bit. And then he's got to make sure he's keeping the ball between himself and the defender.
Here's Ford after the basket by Milwaukee. Jameson, a screen, off the pick. Can't get it to go. And the Bucks going the other way right now. Delfino. And it's Miller with the rebound.
That shot didn't have a chance. He doesn't have the softest touch, and the defense was in his jersey. Got to look for a better shot. The Wizards have been on a scoring tear, Kevin.
Yeah, they've really been hot. And that concludes the first half. The score, 30-26. Now it's time for our T-Mobile halftime report. All right, let's look at the team stats. The Wizards have been going to the bench big time, and it's paying dividends.
Well, you get this kind of spark from the reserves, and you've got a whole team ready to hustle and get after it in the second half.
Shorty has started off well.
To say the least, Kevin, he's been lighting up.
Welcome, everyone. The second half of this 2K Sports NBA presentation getting underway. We've got quite a battle going on in this one. So it's Milwaukee now. Here's Warwick. Whips it in off the sweet pick. And they narrow the gap to 2.
These teams have gone back and forth all game long.
Butler. Jameson with it behind the arc. And that is good. 5 points in the game.
Even though it was early in the shot clock, that's an opportunity you can't pass up, Kevin.
Outside. Here's Red. Takes it up. The rebound by Foy. The Wizards with the lead. The Wizards maintain possession. There's more NBA with tomorrow's game at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 Pacific. We'll see Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers as they travel to Miami to take on the Heat at the American Airlines Arena. It's set to get going at 8 o'clock Eastern.
It should be a good game.
Arenas connects from in close. Sweet touch by the 9th-year veteran out of Arizona. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Cheryl Miller.
Well, guys, after the first half, I spoke with the head coach of the Bucks. He said the answer is simple. The other team doesn't seem to miss a shot. He wants his team to contest the shots and step up the defensive pressure. That's the latest from courtside. Kev?
Thank you, Cheryl. Here's Arenas after Michael Redd scored. Tipped out of bounds. Touched last by the Bucks. Chance now to check out the schedule for Milwaukee. They'll be playing the Celtics, and that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. And the Bucks with some adjustments here. Here's Miller. Right now averaging 5 points a game. And here is Redd. 6-point game. Here's Shorty. Here's Bogut. Great play to stay with it. 10 points for him.
Well, that's where he's so dangerous. You let him hang around the rim area, and he'll make you pay, as we just saw.
James with it. Unload from 9. Bogut holds it in, and that's his 8th rebound of the contest. Goes up, crops it in on the layup. They have now scored 6 unanswered.
Great pass into the lane. They'll take that one every time. They'd be smart to hold it now for the last shot.
James, baseline. Jamison commits the loose ball foul. That's his first foul of the game. Chance now to check out the Washington Wizards' upcoming schedule. They'll be playing the Celtics. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Shorty dumps it off. Here's Bogut, and it's tied up. He's got 12.
A good pass, Kevin, is a combination of timing and accuracy. That was excellent. He was in mid-shot, but dished it off when he saw the open man.
It's a close game. The score tied at 46. Caron Butler has played well. 9 points, 3 assists. Here's Arenas. 12 points for him. From the high post.
So far, nothing that D's thrown at him has been effective. It's been a volcanic eruption.
So it's Milwaukee now. A 2-point game. To the wing. Lead pass to the paint.
Wow. It's been all offense all game. Everybody's got the hot hand.
He's got to push it. Here comes Arenas. He's got 14. Washington calls timeout. Oberto is returning to the floor despite what we've been told is a strained MCL. I'm sorry, Clark, but you've got to question his decision-making.
And that of the trainer. I mean, somebody's got to step in as the voice of reason. The strain had better be minor, or this could be a huge mistake. Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfect.
Shorty rips it down with one hand.
He's not a sensational dunker, but he flushed that one just to make sure.
We've got a tie ball game on our hands. To 4. Oberto. Here's Boyd. Kept alive. Oberto. Booking off the offensive rebound.
You have to block this guy out, Kevin. He's just too active on the board to be left alone.
On defense, Washington. The lead is 2. And here Here's Thomas. Berto's there.
Yeah, both teams have ramped it up here in the second half.
Here's Arenas. Right now averaging 21 points a game. They're running out of time. And here is Butler. Jacks up the three. No good. And it's Milwaukee the other way. Here's Shorty. Buries it.
With the score being so close, there's little margin for error by either team.
Coach Saunders calls a timeout. They're behind by 2. 2:52 left in the game. A couple moments ago, our very own Cheryl Miller had a chance to catch up with Cliff Saunders. Cheryl?
Hey guys, he told him it's time to turn it up a notch. He said there's plenty of time to rest later. Right now, I want you to go all out. Back to you, Kev.
All right, thanks, Cheryl. So it's Milwaukee now. A 2-point game. Shorty gets in close. Count it, and the foul. They get Gilbert Arenas.
This is what this team is all about right here. They're forcing their way inside and having a lot of success. That's their identity. They're a pounded inside team, and that's what they're showing.
Here's Ford. Jameson inside.
That's a great pass. Way to get it to the open man.
And here are the Bucks now. 3-point lead. Off the screen, puts it in for 2.
The defender couldn't get around the pick, and his help didn't show up in time. Nice play for the layup right there.
The Wizards take their last 22nd timeout. They're trailing by 5. 2:04 left in the fourth. Alberto is checking back in. We'll see how he does trying to play through that injury. Here's Ford. From downtown. Snatched up. Here's Arenas. Can't get the 3 to fall.
They definitely had the advantage inside. Another big grab a moment ago.
Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Ford. The Wizards still have plenty of time.
Yeah, don't worry about the scoreboard here. Just make the most of each possession. Don't have any empty trips.
It's off his foot. And they're saying he kicked the ball. Alberto will head to the bench. And here is Butler. He's got 9. As you said, that inside game so strong for them.
Boy, that's right, and they need to keep the pressure on. I mean, that puts tremendous pressure on the defense when you're pounding them inside. A close game like this can be won or lost on the boards.
Now, Mbamute. 7-point differential. To Red, 6 seconds to shoot. Drains it from downtown. He's shooting 25% from deep. And here comes Arenas. 14 points for him. To the right wing. To Butler. Full. Stop the run. The shot no good. And it's Milwaukee the other way. To Mbamute. Lopez is there. Poked away. Stolen away by the Wizards.
And Kev, that's only his first giveaway for the game.
Arenas with the bucket. And here is Red. He's got 9. Running out of time. Picked off by 4.
You have to play smart with the ball in your hand.
He's done a great job, Clark, of controlling the ball.
Boy, he sure has, Kevin. I mean, focus and quality ball handling, very impressive. He's really had a positive impact on his team with that kind of work.
So it's Milwaukee now. They've led by as much as 10. On the shot clock. To the right wing. Shorty. And it's Randy Foye with the rebound.
In the best of circumstances, that's going to be a tough shot for him. And that was not the best of circumstances.
A steal by Shorty. The Wizards We'll call a full timeout.
That's how you do
They're
that,
losing
Chad.
by 8. 17 seconds left in the game. Clark, what are your thoughts?
They're still trying to claw their way back into this game, but it's futile right now. It will take a couple of miracles for them to win this one. Great execution on the inbounds play, and they get the basket.
The Wizards will go for the intentional foul. Lopez is in at center. And here is Red. Right now averaging 17 points a game.
That's his first personal foul, third team foul. Red, shooting 2.
Sinks the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Perfect from the line, and it's an 8-point ball game. Here's Arenas. He's got 18. Tipped away. It's picked off by the Bucks. Here's Shorty. Lays it in off the breakaway. He has 31.
I think they've sealed this one. Not enough time left to mount a comeback.
No good. The Bucks walk away with a double-digit victory as they defeat the Wizards 70-60. Shorty is the Jordan Brand player of the game and some solid numbers.
Yeah, Kevin, by stepping up in the fourth quarter the way he did, he gave his team a strong finish.
Well, that's it for us. On behalf of Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for tuning in to NBA Basketball on 2K Sports.
That was a serious game of hoop you just played. Way to go, man. I'd like to start off by saying that I thought your shot selection was fantastic. The important thing to remember is not to lose your focus. When that happens, you'll begin to force bad shots. Also, I was very impressed with all your rebounds. I really have a lot of respect for players who get out there and give 100% effort on rebounding. That's probably enough tooting your horn for now. Keep up this level of play.
And now it's time for the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. All right, so Clark, taking a look at the Bucks, what's going to be the key for them?
Well, they got to find a way to limit Gilbert Arenas. The NBA hardwood is one of the few places where stealing is encouraged, and he's the master. If you get casual with the ball around him, he'll pick your pocket.
All right, Clark, we're talking about keys. How about Washington? What do they need to do to secure a win?
The steady Karan Butler gives you terrific effort at both ends. Scores, passes, rebounds, and defense.
Well-rounded. I like the way you say that.
And he's tough, Kevin. He's a hard-nosed competitor and a leader on his team.
It'll be interesting. And here are the Bucks now. Antoine Jamison picking up that last bucket. And Bob Abute lays it in off the glass.
He isn't known for his soft touch at the rim, but he did a really nice job of laying it in with defenders lurking.
Here's Arenas. His last outing, he had 18 points. The steal by Shorty. It's one-on-one. Great anticipation. Here's Washington now. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
I didn't think we saw a real strong outing defensively from them, Kevin. And very few teams can get away with winning, maybe a handful of games, if that, relying solely on their offense.
And here are the Bucks now, after the basket by Washington. To zero, gets in close, finishes with the soft touch.
That's too easy. The D's got to get to him about 8 feet further out.
Arenas. Randy Foy is on the way. Here's Butler. The shot is off, and the Bucks going the other way right now. Last time they met was in Milwaukee.
A team they handled all right in their last meeting. Solid play down low, controlled the boards. That's helped out a lot.
Here's Four after Michael Redd scored. Jamison inside, buries the short-range jumper.
Antoine Jameson out of North Carolina was the Oscar Robertson Player of the Year in 1998. But where he really honed his ability to score the ball in traffic from a variety of angles, he grew up shooting on an 11-foot rim. That's why he's got all of those runners and high-arcing shots.
And here is Red. 11 points last game. Clark, it seems like a lot of these games come down to that one step. Can you get a rebound? Can you take away the opportunity for a putback?
Well, you're right, Kevin. That's exactly right. If you're a guy that is a monster down there, you don't have to score. You don't have to block shots. You'll have a spot on any team if you grab rebounds and gobble up boards.
That was your mantra when you played, wasn't it?
Well, that was one of them, yes, sir.
And here is Red after Caron Butler's bucket. Rebound by Jameson.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target.
Here's Butler in close. Lays it right in.
That's where you're going to get the high percentage looks. Easy two there.
The Bucks trail. Lead pass down low. And here is Butler. 9-point game his last outing. 4. Kept alive. Goes up with it again. Here's Butler. Offline and they're ice cold.
That was his to make, but he let the defense bother him. Can't do that on those lay-ins. You got to concentrate and finish.
Turnover by the Bucks. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Washington. They're in 7th and looking to hold on to that seed for the playoffs.
Got 38.
And, of course, there's the Bucks. 7.5 games away. So timeout called here. The first for Washington. Some changes there for the Wizards. Let's check out the leaders in field goal percentage as a team. You look at the Bucks, the most efficient team in the NBA in terms of scoring.
As a team, they really execute their offense. So guys know where they're going to get their shots from. And they make sure that guys shoot the shots they're most comfortable with. Ball movement, player movement, execution leads to high field goal percentage.
Watch inside. Thomas is there. Nice work in the post by Blanche.
He's not their go-to guy offensively normally, but when his number was called, he rose to the occasion.
To Thomas. Here's Red. Off from three-point land. The Wizards with the lead. Butler with the charge, and that's his first foul of the game. Sometimes if you've been on the wrong end in your mind of a foul, it's hard to shape that mentally for a player. It might take a couple trips back up and down the floor.
Well, the good ones are able to go into next play mode. The very good players realize there are a lot of plays in the course of an NBA game, and you have to let the bad one go and get ready for the next one. The same with the good play. You've got to let it go and get ready for the next play.
The shot is off, and Washington will go the other way. 23 seconds left in the first quarter. It's tipped, stolen by the Bucks. Here's Shorty, finished off the break.
Beautiful, beautiful pass, well executed there.
Here's Ford, averaging 13 points a contest. Ford behind the arc. Peaches grabs it. The Wizards with the slight lead.
Well, Kevin, they've really made a point of getting into the lane and scoring the ball inside. Still, their defense has been less.
And here we go, ready for some more good action in the second quarter. And here are the Bucks now, trailing by 2. And be sure to tune in next Monday. It'll be Joe Johnson and the Atlanta Hawks. They find themselves out in New York to face the Knicks. That one's scheduled for a tip-off at 7:30 Eastern.
Should be a good one.
Shorty is called for the charge. That's foul number 2 for him.
Great job by the defender that time. He got his feet set, stood his ground, and absorbed the contact.
James with it. Here's Arenas. On the strike. Miller up on top. Lopez backs in. No good. And the Bucks going the other way right now. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
You know, so many times it's not what your team accomplishes, but what the other guys lack. They took advantage of a poor offensive outing, playing well enough themselves to come out on top.
Here's Arenas. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Here's Jamison. Kept alive to Arenas. Arenas buries the triple. Sweet touch by the 9th-year veteran out of Arizona. Here's Milwaukee now. It's a 5-point game. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. They rule this one goaltending. Count the shot. Around the league, here we go. A recap from yesterday. A road win for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Bulls lose in Chicago. It was success for the Jazz on the road. The Suns falling short there. The Lakers pick up a road win. The Heat unable to defend at all. And back to the game we go. Here's Arenas. The Bucks missing that time. From short range. It counts. And the foul. It's on Mbamute. He completes the three-point play.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
Washington on D. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Here's Jennings. Nails the baby hook.
That just goes to show you, folks, everybody in this league is a pro. Give them a shot like that and they'll knock it down.
Here's Ford. Here's Miller. Dumps it off. Jamison buries the baseline J. He's got 8.
A good pass, Kevin, is a combination of timing and accuracy. That was excellent. He was in mid-shot, but dished it off when he saw the open man.
And looking forward to next Sunday, it's going to be Brandon Roy and the Portland Trail Blazers. They will take on the Nuggets in the Mile High City at the Pepsi Center. That one's going to get going at 8:30 Eastern.
Should be fun to watch.
Here's Foy. Yes, from downtown.
They're going for the jugular with the lead here. I mean, they've increased the number of outside shot attempts. They're looking to bury him with the 3.
Here's Shorty. Drops it in on the layup. Here's Foy. He's got 5. Here's Arenas. 22 seconds left in the second. Dumps it off. Butler. Scooped up. To Jamison. Butler. Easy shot. Jennings snatches it inside.
Shocking how wide open he was. Even more shocking that he couldn't sink it.
Can't hit the buzzer beater. The Wizards
have been on a scoring tear, Kevin.
Yeah, but still plenty of time left. This game is far from over. And that concludes the first half. The score, 31-20. Okay, it's time for our T-Mobile halftime report. Let's have a look at the teams. Hello and welcome back. We're glad you're with us. The NBA so many times comes down to a game of runs, and we'll see if a run here will turn this thing around as we get underway. And here are the Bucks. They trail. By 11. Now Mbamute. Baseline. 5 on the shot clock. Shorty down one. Nails it from close range. 10 points for him.
Beautiful delivery with the bounce pass. He kept it away from the defense, which set up the shot perfectly.
Here's Arenas.
And you know, despite the number of turnovers, Kevin, they've still got the lead here.
Here's Red. Lays it in. Sweet dime to lead into the rack. And they've got it to within 7. Here's Arenas. Kept alive. seconds to shoot. To Jamison. 18 feet away. Arenas leads the game in assists.
Sometimes folks forget about his decent mid-range jumper. He can knock those down all game given a chance.
Scooped up. Red booking off the offensive rebound.
We've seen him make 3 of their first 4 shots. That's good shooting to jumpstart him here.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. And here's what's in store tomorrow night at 7:30. They'll see the Hawks playing away from Atlanta as they travel to Miami to take on the Heat at the American Airlines Arena. Start time 7:30 Eastern.
You know they're going to be extra hyped up for this one. You're right.
Here's Miller. It's in for 3. They now have a double-digit lead.
This is called you must extend your defense, especially on the three-point margin.
Arenas grabs the miss.
He tried to add a little flavor to that one. Maybe he was thinking about the highlight reel, but then he missed the shot.
And here is Butler. 10 points for him. On the line, Arenas can't hit.
Kevin, that's the kind of shot you want. You can't ask for better execution on offense, but sometimes they just don't fall.
They're running out of time. Butler. Jamison with it. He's against Ward. Scooped up. I'm inside. Nice shot by Jamison.
Snares the offensive rebound, then sends it home.
So it's Milwaukee now. A 12-point game. Bogut down low. He's against Blotch. Tipped.
The interior D was lurking on that one.
Here's Shorty. Dunks it down with one hand. He's got 12.
He's getting the highlight reel play of the day. Wait a minute. Make that week. Hey, make it the year. Now that was a dunk.
Jamison with it. He's got 12. Arenas on the mark with the triple. They're up 41-28.
The defense made the mistake of playing offense, and he drained it from deep.
Here's Bogut. Kisses it off the glass and in.
Good job of leading his man right to the rim for the bucket.
Come on, tap the 3.
Jamison in the post. He's against Ward. And that one's good by Miller.
There's been no answer for the three-point shot this half. They've dominated from behind the arc.
Warren. Jamison covering. From close range. Chance now to check out the Washington Wizards' upcoming schedule. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. He knocks down the first one. Truly one of the most explosive big men in the NBA.
You know, he's slight of frame, but he makes up for that.
James with it. To Butler. Flushes it with the one-handed jam.
Wow. It's been all offense all game. Everybody's got the hot hand.
Inside. Here's Shorty. Rebound by Caron Butler.
They've been really strong on the glass thus far.
Sure have. Butler gently drops it in.
That's really a magnificent job from the field today. I mean, they're lighting it up here in the second half, and you got to attribute it to their concentration and their ball movement. I mean, they're getting the shots they want, and they're knocking them down.
Cheryl, what do you have?
Well, I had a moment to speak the Wizards. He wants them to get out in transition. They haven't been getting many fast break points, but he's trying to amp them up and get them running. Yeah?
Okay, thanks, Cheryl. And you know, Clark, that strength on the glass is a big factor in this league.
Kevin, you can't deny it. There's no question about it. When you can control the rebounding area, you typically can control the game.
And here are the Bucks now after Caron Butler's bucket. Here's Thomas, gets in close, gets the lay-in.
Just like they drew it up in practice, Kevin. Sweet dish inside.
The Wizards take a full timeout. They're winning by 11. 1:14 left in the game. And here is Butler. 18 points for him. To Butler. Leads him with the pass. Here's Miller. No good from three-point land.
Tough break there, Kev. He found an opening on the floor and got a nice clear look. Just didn't convert.
Shorty connects from in close.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
Shorty is whistled for reaching in. That's his third foul. Here's 4. He's got 9. Here's Oberto. Cams it from in close.
With this double-digit margin, very little can be done to make this a contest now.
Here's Warwick inside. Graceful finish.
He's definitely playing hurt, but you can't count him out. He's always going to give 100%, even if his body is only at 50%.
Blatch is in at center. Jamison with it. He's against Ward. Miller. To Blatch. 5 on the shot clock. 4. Hits the tray.
I think they've sealed this one. Not enough time left to mount a comeback.
The Wizards walk away with a double-digit victory as they defeat the Bucks 71-59. Caron Butler is the Jordan. Time for us to say goodbye. For Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan. Thanks for joining us for this presentation of the NBA.
That right there was a solid game of hoop. First off, you were very selective on your shots out there. That kind of patience impresses me. The important thing to remember is not to lose your focus. When that happens, you'll begin to force bad shots. One thing you really need to work on is your decision making when it comes to passing. You made some very poor passes out there. Control the ball. Don't let it control you. If you have a good lane, make the pass. Otherwise, look for another target. To summarize, let's just say, good job. Hakeem Olajuwon on comparing his responsibilities in basketball to his responsibilities as a goalie in soccer. In many ways, my job in soccer was like my job in basketball now. I had to protect the goal. That was the name of the game, not letting the other team score.
And now it's time for the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. And as we take a look at the Cavaliers, Clark, what do they need to keep in mind?
They're definitely not sleeping on Michael Redd. He's a sniper from outside, so you better crowd him. Get into him, or he'll pick you apart from deep.
And Clark, since we're talking about... And here is Williams. Right now averaging 15 points a game.
Easy look in the paint. The defense got abused there.
And here are the Bucks now. 4-point game. The Cavaliers beat them last time when these two teams met in Cleveland.
I don't think they brought the kind of intensity they needed to. They had a slow offense and really were a non-factor on defense.
Anthony Parker played 5 seasons in the Israeli League. They won 5 national cups. A perfect entree into the NBA.
Yeah, he actually played an exhibition game when he was playing for that team.
Oh, that's right.
And played against the Raptors, and that's how the Raptors found out about Anthony Parker. A terrific story, and he certainly has proven their investigation fruitful because he's one of the outstanding three-point shooters in the league and also one of the outstanding young men in the league. He's a guy that a lot of guys look up to because of how he carries himself and his IQ on the basketball court.
And here is Thomas after the made shot from Mo Williams. To the high post. Shorty. Kept alive. To Red. Mba Amute. To 0, the Bucks with the turnover. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
I didn't think we saw a real strong outing defensively from them, Kevin. And very few teams can get away with winning, maybe a handful of games, if that, relying solely on their offense. And they finally get on the board. They certainly have struggled to start this game.
And here are the Cavaliers. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
The job they did on the offensive side of the ball was excellent. Actually, it was great. They took care of every possession, getting a good distribution of their shooters, got a nice flow at the offensive end, and had their shooters, their key shooters, in a good rhythm early on.
The Bucks were the last to touch it. Here's Parker. In the game against Detroit, very impressive. Here's Williams. Off target for 3.
That was a judgment call. He took a quick shot there, but I thought it was a pretty good look.
Down low. Here's Red, hits the tray. One of the best shots in the NBA comes off the fingertips of Michael Redd, who grew up in Columbus, Ohio. You know something about him.
I sure do. He and I have become pretty good friends, and he's really worked to make himself one of the premier shooters in the NBA. Came into the league as just a scorer. Now he's one of the most lethal three-point shooters in the game.
And Cleveland has possession after the miss by Milwaukee. LeBron was parked down low and got hit with the 3-second call. Breaking the actions right now, let's take a look at how the standings are looking out east after half the season has been played. Take a look at the Cavaliers. They've had a great season and will look to extend that into the playoffs. And, of course, there's the Bucks. They're way down there.
Boy, still looking for their first win against this team. They've got to be extra motivated to try to get off the snide against these guys.
Cavaliers leading. To James. Williams. Blocked. They couldn't beat the buzzer. That's a turnover. Chance now to check out the NBA's most efficient scorers. And you look at Shaquille O'Neal, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
Field goal percentage is always a function of the kinds of shots you take. And this guy here, I tell you what, not only does he make a high percentage of his shots, but he takes good shots on a regular basis.
Jammed down with one hand by Bogut.
Good job of leading his man right to the rim for the bucket.
James with it. Last game out, we saw him pour in 42. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. And here is Williams. Bogut on him. To Posey. 5 on the shot clock. To the corner. LeBron. Can't put an end to the scoring drought. Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Shorty. Great anticipation.
It's too difficult to squeeze that pass low.
To West. Gets in close. Connects from in close.
Beautiful delivery with the bounce pass. He kept it away from the defense, which set up the shot perfect.
Here's Red. Sinks the open shot. 5 points in the game. The Bucks with the slight lead.
Well, Kevin, what can you say? They played terrific offensively. Nonetheless, their interior defense has plenty of room for improvement. They're giving up too many points in the paint.
We're at the end of one, and it's close. The score, 11-10. And here we go, ready for some more good action in the second quarter. And here are the Bucks now. Here's what's going on tomorrow night. And Amute. The Cavaliers trailing. Shat backs down. Here's Daniels. It's in for 3.
They've been trading buckets and trading leads. What outstanding competitors out there.
Thomas. O'Neal's there. Here's Red. And here comes James, averaging 33 points a contest. Shot's good from West.
Just like they drew it up in practice, Kevin. Sweet dish inside.
Now, Amute. Shorty, he's guarded by Williams. Tipped. Jennings. And it's no good. Poor shot selection there, to say the least. Up ahead, hit his foot. And the refs whistling a kick ball. The Bucks going with the new group. Here's Parker. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Here's Verjao. Drops it in on the layup.
Well, it's almost impossible to miss when the D is playing that soft.
To the elbow. Here's Bogut. Verjao on him. To end the run. Here comes Williams. 6 points for him.
These guys are in the zone. They're taking it over.
And here are the Bucks now. They trail by 7. The steal. The Cavaliers on a bit of a roll here. Here's Williams. Lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack.
No answers on D. They can't do anything to stop him.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And tomorrow afternoon, mark this one down, we will be in Orlando to watch the Magic in Amway Arena as they host the Los Angeles Lakers. It's being broadcast live starting at 2:30 Eastern.
You always want to get out of there with a win in that one.
Jennings, rebound by Parker.
They've got to put an end to this run before the lead gets out of reach.
The Cavaliers on a bit of a roll here. Deflected. The steal by Bogut.
I think he got baited into throwing that one.
Jennings down low. Here's Shorty to end the drought. The Cavaliers with the bucket here could make it a double-digit game. Swing pass. Here's Green. Drains it for three. He has 5.
Tour de force performance right here. They're having a great second quarter.
To Bogut. And it's tracked down by the Cavaliers.
They certainly haven't been very good here in the quarter in regards to protecting the ball, Kevin.
Williams. Williams hits the tray. And yeah, for turnovers, they have 3 already this quarter.
And that's a lot of missed chances, partner. And it's the same thing. Those 3 opportunities can mean a 10, 12-point swing in score differential. Each basket they make after you hand it over, it's also a chance you didn't have to score yourself.
Now Bell. And here is West's 17-point game. O'Neal backs in. In close, graceful finish. Nice bucket by the 18th-year veteran out of LSU. Now, Mbamute.
Slumping a bit here to start the third.
The Cavaliers on a roll, looking to extend their run. Here's Williams. The 3 won't fall. The Bucks really having a tough go here. 19-point game. And tomorrow's game is at 8 o'clock Eastern. It'll be Kevin Garnett and the Boston Celtics as they host the Washington Wizards. Start time set for 8 o'clock Eastern.
They're a lot of fun to watch right now.
Right. Here's Williams. Shot misses. And it's Milwaukee the other way. About 3.5 minutes left in the third. It's stolen by Williams. That'll be his second takeaway of the contest. LeBron backs him down. Shorty hits the reach-in call. That's his first foul of the game. And a quick look now at the NBA scoring leaders. Well, you look at LeBron James, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
With his unbelievable scoring ability, he is such a security blanket, not only for his teammates, but for his coaches. I mean, this is a guy that you can count on to produce night in and night out at a high level because there's just not anything he can't do at the offensive end of the floor. That really makes the coach's job a lot easier. Just give him the ball and let him do his thing.
And here are the Bucks now. Cleveland coming up empty. Thomas carries the short-range jumper.
That's a strong finish inside. That's where you want to work your magic, Kevin.
And here is O'Neal. Thomas is on him. From short range.
Speed is only part of the equation here. He's not blinding quick, but he was determined to take that one to the rim.
So it's Milwaukee trailing by 17.
That's a good decision there, Kevin. He got the shot off early, but he was open and he knocked it down.
Here's Posey. The shot misses. And the Bucks going the other way right now. Here's Red. Baseline J off target.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted.
Capped off with a dunk by James. He has 6.
Oh, 2 hands to make sure.
Shorty to the wing. To Red. Right wing. Bell. Off the mark from 3.
An outstanding pick there, and he still couldn't get the basket. Next time he gets a look that good, he's got to make it count.
James with it. He has 6. Stolen away by Shorty.
Kevin, you know, they're still doing a pretty good job of limiting their giveaways right now.
So it's Cleveland now. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Here's Quinn. Connects from downtown. They're in front, 42-24. You talk about limiting giveaways, and that's what we're seeing.
Yeah, for any team, it's really important to keep possession so you can get into the flow of your offensive game.
Cavaliers on D. It's an 18-point lead. Bell's shot is good. And Cleveland has possession. It's a 16-point game. They host the Spurs after this one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And the Cavaliers call time here. And the Bucks with some adjustments here. And here is Williams. 11 points in the game. Poked away. Stolen by West.
And Kev, that's only his first giveaway for the game.
To the right. Dumps it down with one hand. Petrus with it. Right now averaging 5 points a game. Here's Elson. Gently drops it in.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Cleveland controlling the game. Moon cannot hit, and it's Milwaukee the other way. He's done a great job, Clark, of controlling the ball.
Boy, he sure has, Kevin. I mean, focus and quality ball handling, very impressive. He's really had a positive impact on his team with that kind of work.
Here's Petrus. Yes, from downtown.
Kevin, when you're defending a great shooter like that, you got to smell his breath. You got to be right on top of it.
To Moon from close range, lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack. The Bucks will take a timeout. They're losing by 25. 1:02 left to the fourth. The Bucks going with the new group. And here are the Bucks now. Here is Mbamute. Hands it from in close.
Nice bucket there, but they needed this much earlier. Too little, too late.
You got nothing.
6 seconds to shoot. Move from downtown. No good. And it's Milwaukee the other way.
Under a minute to go, and the game is all but over.
To 0. Got a piece of it. The Bucks will hold on to it.
The Cavaliers can thank the bench for their solid play. They really are coming up big here.
It has to be nice having that kind of firepower waiting to come in off the bench.
Well, you know the starters love it when they can get a breather and the team doesn't miss a beat. It builds confidence and trust in one another when you get that kind of play.
So it's Cleveland now. The Cavaliers can just dribble out the clock to end the game. Knocks it loose. Stolen away by Shorty.
He got caught napping. You've got to pay attention and protect the field. Good execution on the break leads to the nice bucket.
The Cavaliers walk away with a double-digit victory as they defeat the Bucks 64-45. For his solid performance, Mo Williams is our Jordan Brand Player of the Game.
Well, Kevin, the name of the